So here's the question. Are we turning a blind eye to the progression of Madden NFL football, and particularly Madden NFL 20? Now, I know a bunch of you are probably saying, what is Sim talking about? And I'm going to explain that, but I'll give you guys, just a real brief, summary of how I've come to this conclusion and how I get to this question. Here's the reality. I think we all agree that Madden NFL football has not progressed to where it should be over the years. If we want to go all the way back to when they, acquired the license because the NFL decided to go with EA Sports over 2K, or just to make exclusivity, period, because of how, NFL 2K decided to cut the price of the game, etc., however it happened. Some would argue that was the end of Madden, is when the competition wasn't there. But that's not necessarily true. The PlayStation 2 continued, and the Xbox as well, continued to have a solid Madden product. There was Madden 06, Madden 07, Madden 08. Which Madden 08 might have been one of the best we've ever seen as far as full depth and weapon system and all of that being integrated. Phenomenal. Go look at Soft Drink Sports. Look at the video he just recently put up on Madden 08. It's undeniable that that's undoubtedly one of the best Madden games ever, right? This was after having the exclusive license. But okay, I'll give you that. Let's say you want to go back and say it's because of the competition and lack thereof. All right, could be. So let's move a little forward. How about when they went over to the 360? Okay, how about when they went to Xbox 360? Meanwhile, like I just said, they still had other Maddens, and I can't remember myself if the Madden 08 was the last one on those consoles, or if Madden 08 actually made it to the 360. I can't remember. I know at least 06 and 07 was on the older generation. Could be off there by a year, but either way. So if you were on the old generation, you still had a great product. If you were on the new generation, remember that one was stripped down. 06, 07, it was all stripped down on the 360 because for whatever strange reason they decided to reinvent the wheel, try to redo the engine, and they completely messed the game up. Okay, so let's fast forward to the PS4 and Xbox One. So even if you want to be really generous and you're going to say from that point it hasn't progressed, all of those examples are correct. Game has not progressed to a level of where it should be since any of those times, right? So here's my question. When the game starts to progress, how fast do we think the game will progress? And the reason why I asked that question is if we feel like EA Tiburon, or the decision makers for Madden as far as where they're going to allocate funds and resources, etc., if we feel like they move at a snail's pace, what makes us think that they're going to progress it in a much faster pace? Now, I'm not saying that we can't demand it, but the expectation shouldn't be there. We all should be looking at Madden as a prove it to me type of scenario, right? So now you kind of know where I'm coming from. So let me get to the point of the video really quick. Are we turning a blind eye to the progression because the game is not progressing fast enough? What I mean by that is Madden 20 is introducing quite a few things that us hardcore simulation guys have been wanting, but it's not getting as much attention because of the things that Madden 20 seemingly will still lack. One in which would be the depth in franchise. Absolutely, and I'm on that train all the way. The depth in franchise still ain't there. But I can apply the same rules and same principle to what I'm talking about here with progression, period. I know it's not going to happen right away for both gameplay and franchise because that doesn't seem to be the way that they move, right? So again, you're probably saying, well, what are you talking about? Get to the point. My point is, look at some of the stuff they're doing with gameplay this year. A lot of this stuff, in my opinion, is not for the casual guy. The Johnny Walmart type of guy that we all feel like they cater the game to. The arcade style guy. No, I don't necessarily believe that, because look at the information here in the most recent Gridiron notes when they talk about what they did with the quarterbacks, right? The signature animations for a few quarterbacks, even though I feel like it should be way more. But also, I'm going to read a little quick blurb out of this paragraph here. They altered the release time based on the depth of the throw and the direction a pass is going. For example, they break down the depth into short or medium, deep, and Hail Mary distances. For short, medium, animations will trigger. Basically, the landing spot of the ball must be less than 50 yards. Deep, it must be between 51 and 60. Hail Mary is 60 plus yards or more, right? So essentially, it says here, the further the throw, the longer the animation speed to simulate a quarterback winding up and putting his all into the throw. That doesn't sound like that's for casual. That sounds like more a realistic effect of how passing the ball should be, right? Here's another thing. It says, furthermore, passes in the middle of the field or square with the quarterback will always be the fastest. Passing to the left or right, which will require the quarterback to alter his feet, will be slightly longer animations. For a right-handed quarterback, throwing to the left will be the longest throw, and vice versa. A left-handed quarterback, throwing to the right will be the longest throw. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out, guys, is again, we cannot ignore what is actually progressing, even though it's very slow. And it is, to my opinion, after playing the Madden 20 beta, that there are more things that are starting to sprinkle that's moving more into a realistic, type of gameplay, more realism trying to be produced, more authenticity trying to be produced. It's not all the way there, I'm 100% sure of that. But if you pay attention to everything that's being done, we're getting closer, we're getting closer to this becoming more of a realism type of game. We're getting closer to replicating the real life athlete with the traits and abilities and allowing these guys to be X factors and get into the zone. That is getting closer to what we've all been wanting out of Madden. So all I'm saying is, listen, I've learned to accept reality, still push for greatness, still try to step on the neck of the suits and whoever control the money and be like, look, y'all need to do this right now. But at the end of the day, man, I'm at a point where I'm like, y'all got to surprise me. I'm not going to have expectations that it's going to be a super fast progression. I'm just not going to believe that. I would love for them to convince me otherwise and surprise me, but we just have to realize exactly how they're going to do things. It's nothing any of us can do about it. Again, I'm not saying don't give the feedback and don't be vocal. Maybe we can change that. But at the end of the day, that's going to have to be done by corporate. They are going to do business however they want to do business until they feel the need to adjust it. But in the meantime, the way I'm positioning this is I'm just looking for progress. I just need to see the game progress every year. That's all I need. Because I understand that the slow pace that you're going. So can you at least progress yearly? I just don't want to see steps back. I don't want to see stagnant years. Because I started to feel like 18 and 19 were a little stuck in the mud. 20, I can say, okay, I see some progression. So I'm hoping that I can identify progression going forward, while understanding corporate is going to move at the pace they care to move at. So that's just my thoughts, man. I just thought I'd throw it out there. Just something I've been thinking about here lately. Of course, man, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications, hit that like button, and definitely share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, let me know what you think. Peace.